Hey there everyone, Video Game Cabinet here, and tonight we are back with a review of StarFox64. StarFox64 released for the Nintendo 64 in June of 1997, just after I graduated from the 8th grade. I had played and loved the original Star Fox for Super Nintendo when I was in the 4th grade, but I never got around to playing the sequel until now, in 2025, at the age of 42. StarFox64 is a classic that many Nintendo fans hold in high regard, and I had a lot of fun finally experiencing it for myself this past week. The visuals and presentation are excellent, especially for a game this old. StarFox64 has aged really well, and it still looks great today. The graphics are vibrant and polished with little slowdown. The animal characters you fly around with are charming, with delightfully cheesy voice work and endlessly quotable one-liners. It's cornball, but it's good cornball. And it's also neat how you can zoom in with the camera for a cockpit view, although I kept the camera outside the ship a vast majority of the time. In one afternoon of playing StarFox64, I was able to reach the first ending on the easiest of 3 branching paths. It was a piece of cake, and I only died twice in the 1 hour of playtime. However, the game was far from over. You simply do not see everything the campaign has to offer in a single run to the end screen. Beating the stages multiple times to unlock different routes through the other 2 paths provides substantial replay value and surprising challenge for StarFox64. I spent 4 more days performing all the necessary tasks and choices to play through all the levels the single-player mode had to offer. Venom 2 is the 2-part final stage at the end of the hard path, and it initially seemed impossible with its insane difficulty spike. But after 5 total days of practice, I felt like a pro with my skills. Always tightly turning, preemptively somersaulting, only rapid shooting with your standard laser, and a lot of patience are key to eliminating the Star Wolf team in the first half of Venom 2. After conquering them, I moved on to the second half of Venom 2 to defeat the true final boss and witness the second ending. That final level of StarFox64 is definitely one of the hardest bits I have seen from any cart in the N64 library. StarFox64 is a terrific game for all ages. Flying the R-Wing controls beautifully, and discovering the numerous secrets and starways to new planets and galaxies was awesome. There were even some levels where you step out of the R-Wing and travel on land or underwater, which was very cool. And for the most part, this is an on-rail shooter, but certain sections allow you to soar freely in an open space. I rate StarFox64 an 8.5 out of 10. I normally prefer side-scrolling shoot-'em-ups on a 2D plane to 3D on-rail shooters, but this is still one of the best of its genre. And that is my review. Yeah, I may have seen this game. Like I said, I'm 42 now. This came out when I was in the 8th grade, back in summer of 97, I believe. And I may have seen it on a kiosk in maybe early high school. Maybe played it for like less than a minute, but I'm sure I never even passed the first level. I never actually sat down and played through this game at all for more than like 30 seconds or something at a store. Maybe, if even that. I think I may have seen it on a kiosk, but not actually played it. The original, I played that a bunch when I was 10 years old. It's been so long. I remember that one being really good, but from what I've seen, from what I remember, I think that the sequel, might actually be better. It's just I haven't played the original in a very long time, but this sequel is really, really good. I beat it in one afternoon after like 1 hour very easily on the easy path, and I was thinking, it's good. I might, barely give this an 8, but I was like, no. There's a lot more that this game has to offer. The multiple paths and the other levels and the hard route, and then like the crazy sense of accomplishment you get when you beat the real final stage because of that crazy difficulty spike. that added a lot to the game. And I was like, no. We got to go 8.5 on this one. Just substantial replay value here. And just like I said, it gets really hard at the end. You know, now my skills, I can handle it like a pro. I know that I have to... that first part of Venom 2 with the Star Wolf team coming after you, those 4 enemy air fighters. Oh my God. At first I was like, dude, what the hell do you do? Barrel rolling doesn't work. Like, they just keep shooting at you. No, you have to be somersaulting, but sort of do it as soon as you smell them on you. You have to like preemptively do it, but, and then patience and just constantly shooting your single laser. The charge up shot does not work. The bombs don't really seem to work. You just have to constantly be chipping away with your standard laser, powered up or not, you know. Yeah, I did persevere and get through it in the end. And yeah, I think that the first day that I was able to beat Venom 2, I got to the final boss, and then I lost all my lives, and then I came back the next day and handled the first part of Venom 2 like a pro, and then beat the final boss. And yeah, just big sense of accomplishment there. But yeah, 5 total days of actually playing the game. The one-liners in here are classics. Just, you know, this game has so many quotable lines. It's great. Like, my whole life I've heard, like, do a barrel roll, and there's just so many other funny lines in here. It's really cheesy, but it's great. It's, like I said, it's cornball, but it's good cornball. You know, I had a lot of fun with this. Very charming, very appealing to all ages. I'm glad I finally, after all these years, this came out in 97, we're in 2025 now. You know, that's just almost 30 years it's been since this game came out. I'm finally got to it now and gave it its fair due and completed, you know, all 3 paths. Those are my thoughts on StarFox64, 8.5 out of 10, and have a good night.